We will now demo MD-clone data fabrication system. We'll start with selecting an ICD-9. We can select any ICD-9 from the data. We are looking currently at a real data set of 10,000 patients. We will select atrial fibrillation, so we can see obviously that most of the people who got it are elderly people. We'll switch to see distribution by states. We see that California is the leading one. We see that New York, although it's a big state, it does not have a very high ratio of people that relatively sick with atrial fibrillation. Now we'll close this and we'll create 1500, you can give any number, fictive synthetic patients. Those will have the same statistical characteristics of the real ones, but they are totally fictive. So we now just created 1500 cases. We open them in Excel. We can see now the names here are fictive. It was not existing in the real database, and we just grab them from Wikipedia. So the names does not mean anything. We just randomly selected 1500. So what we'll do now, we will create a pivot table based on this data. We'll grab age, and we see that we have the same age distribution in the fictive dataset as the one in the original one connected to the real EMR. Just put them side by side. Open the real dataset, and we can see that the ages distributions that we have on both sides are similar. 92, we have less people because simply most of them are not with us anymore. We can look at different distributions, like by states, and we will see that we have the same phenomena. We see the same distribution in the fictive 1500 people dataset than the real original dataset. Here you can see too that California is the leading, and let's say New York is not a leading one, although the population is very high in New York. So people in New York have less problems with the heart than the average people in America. But you see a very similar picture in both sides. But what you can do with the fictive data, you can slice it by other dimensions, like by gender. So although it is outside of the hospital, you can do other slice, gather other information that you would not get from a standard report or a PDF that you can take out of the hospital. You can slice it by people that take number of drugs. So let's say people that have heart problems but almost took no drugs. As you can see here, we can get a new distribution So we can learn a lot from the fictive information without any privacy problems. And declone.